I'm not scared because fear's not going to save us right now. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, She's in Sports. I am Ashley, and this video is all about standing out in the competitive sports job market. Tip number 1, you want to tailor your application to the organization that you are applying to. This includes what you name your cover letter, resume, references, etc. You always want to triple check your work for any grammatical errors or any spelling errors. What is the shortest line between your experience and the job description? Tip number 2, you want to talk about your understanding and passion for whatever specific industry field. So if it's sponsorships, marketing, sales, etc. Talk about the different trends that are going on, what experts in the field forecast. Talk about those things so that people know, they can tell that you're very well-rounded, you're educated, you're serious about the position. It's not just working for a team just to say that you work for a professional sports team in particular. Tip number 3, you also want to submit your references, portfolio, what have you, with your application so that you're covering all of your bases. Tip number 4, I know I always say what my grandmother says, so I'm gonna say again. My grandmother always says, have 2 faces, but do not be two-faced. And this goes back to the alter ego topic, I think from last video. You want to make sure that you fit the culture, but that the organization culture also fits you. So definitely be yourself, but sometimes you have to be a little bit more of yourself or a little bit less of yourself to fit into that culture. But if it's requiring you to completely transform into a different person, I don't think that that's the place for you. If you think differently, just believe me, it is not the place for you. If you have to transform into a very different version of yourself, don't even do it. Remember that when you're interviewing for any place, but specifically sports jobs, you are interviewing them the same time that they're interviewing you. So if what they're saying their core values are, and you're like, if it doesn't match up, seriously, just don't waste your time. You don't want to go to work hating work. The off season is just as long as in season. And I don't know what is worse if you hate your job off season or in season. So yeah, just stay away from places where you just don't feel at home. It's okay to turn down a job. Tip number 5, nerves are very normal. Atticus in Lovecraft Country once said, I'm not scared because fear's not going to save us right now. Just tattoo that on your heart, on your mind, on your spirit. That's philosophical. Nerves are normal. It's okay to be nervous. Is nervous gonna get you that job that you want? Is it gonna get you that internship? If it's not, I need you to compartmentalize. Put it here. If you made it this far in the video, drop a basketball in the comments so I know that you're there. Tip number 6, you want to be unique. We're told that there are currently around 8.1 billion people in the world. The beauty in there being over 8 billion people in the world, allegedly, because I personally haven't counted everybody, is we're all still unique. It's like that snowflake concept. There's all these snowflakes falling from the sky. Every single one is different from the one next to it. Just remind yourself that you are unique. I obviously can't tell you how you're unique. Tip number 7, you want to be teachable and coachable. So in those character-driven interview questions, show that you're coachable, that you're a team player. Sometimes those character-driven interview questions could set you apart from the applicant who might have a stronger resume than you, might have stronger references than you. Don't forget that that also matters. So recall those moments where you had an uncomfortable experience with a supervisor or a coworker. Recall those moments and what did you do to come to a resolve? Those things actually do matter. And finally, tip number 8, treat video interviews as if they were an in-person interview. I don't have to be back in California to talk to family and friends. I don't have to be in Seoul, South Korea to talk to my best friend. You know, we have these video components, but you want to treat those like an in-person interview. You know, you're not on FaceTime with your bestie you're doing an interview. So make sure that your background is completely plain. I think even this is too much. If I were doing a video interview right now, I wouldn't have my couch being shown. I would go sit somewhere where you couldn't see it. You wanna make sure that you're speaking to the camera at eye level view, looking into the camera, because again, you wanna treat it like you're speaking to someone in person. That was it for this video. I hope that you can apply all of these tips so that you can further stand out in this competitive but not impossible to break into sports industry.